What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to turn the AC off so y'all can hear me. I think that'd be great. All right, bam. Let me send this link out. All right, cool. What's going on, y'all? Gonna wait for y'all to jump in here. London session just started. Me and members are off to a great start this week and the day already, because as y'all know, we trade during Tokyo session. Let me fix my setup a little bit. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me slide this over. Make it make more sense right here. Those just joining the stream, me and the members only entered one trade last night during Tokyo session. That's EN right here. Those that was in yesterday's stream, we went over the New Zealand pairs EN and GN. We went over possible buys, GN later, shortly after the live ended. Okay, shortly after the live ended, GN did exactly that. So did EN. So last night, after price broke our level, met our confirmations, we entered some buys. So we're going to go over that and a few other things right now. As far as news, nothing too crazy going on today. Like we went over yesterday, there's no high impact news. We did have some Australian news last night that did push price over back above to the upside. We're going to go over that as well. But let's take a look at gold really quick. All right, so we're going to move this over. So yeah, looking at gold, we're still going to go for sales. We're going to wait to see if price can break below this level. If it can stay underneath 1950, we can possibly look for sales again. So we're just going to wait for that. This is just the first opening candle of London. So we're going to see how this candlestick ends. We're going to go look at some other pairs as well. Let me just catch up to these comments. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered this trade. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week. We went 14-0. We took 0 losses last week. We caught 107,000 plus pips. And then last month, we surpassed last month. We doubled last month's record, and we still got like a week and some change left. But last month, we went 46-5. So win-wise, we didn't, but pip-wise, we did. We caught a total of 45,925 pips last month. We're going to pull that up and go over that in a second as well. I appreciate that, Shawn. Yeah, that trade went crazy. And if you hit my Instagram, which you should see below playmaker_way, go ahead and hit that follow button as well. But if you check my Instagram, you're going to see exactly what Shawn's talking about in the comments. You're going to see the screenshot of the EN position, the signal, as well as the screenshot of me in the trade on my M24. What's going on, Fahad? I see you in here. I couldn't catch last night's move, but it's all good. Hey, you missed some. You missed some. You get into some. That's what happens, you know. Like I always say, like when you're in a trade, you're missing out on some other trades. When you're asleep, you miss out on trades. When you're done for the day, you miss out on trades. So it's all good. And like we always see, we miss the trades sometimes all the time on the live. And what do? We just wait for price to retrace back, which we've seen multiple times on live. Price will retrace back, and if we jump in, catch some pips. Or we just simply wait for price to hit our next price level, and then we go from there. And then plus it's Tuesday, so, you know, there's plenty of time, plenty of sessions left to catch some pips. So speaking of which, we're going to go over some other pairs as well. We're going to check the indices out also. But GJ, so as far as this week goes, we go into the first link in the description. You will see that, well, let's scroll down a little bit. This is how we did yesterday. So yesterday was a slightly break even. I was slightly a little bit blue. Well, by blue, I mean slightly a little bit in profit on yesterday's trade, but we went 1-1 yesterday. So we took a GJ buy, me and the members. We took an L on that, and then we took a GA sell in the free channel, and then we took a W on that. All TPs got hit. But as far as yesterday was very rangy. There was like short, quick news, and we didn't enter this trade. This was just a trade idea. This was the trade we took yesterday. This was me looking at it yesterday to see if it was going to break back above this level. But it looks like we're just going to be waiting for price to retrace to hit these levels like we went over in yesterday's live. But back to what I was saying yesterday, it was some quick moves on a couple pairs. GJ wasn't one of those pairs. But after that, it was very stagnant and choppy. Like even with the move we took on GA yesterday, same thing. And this was the cause of the news last night, by the way. But this was the GA sell we took yesterday. I wanted to see if it was going to do the full move, but after it hit the final TP, as you can see, it tried for a few hours to break that level, then rejected, and then shortly after, the news pushed price back up. So while we're on GA, let's go ahead and check it out just to see what we can expect or look for as far as today goes. So looking at GA, the way prices move right now, we still have this huge low here, but one thing we can notice, well, first let's go on a naked chart just so we can see things a little bit more clearly. We're going to get rid of that. So we zoom out, we can see it was very bullish for a very long time. And then like last month, price made a low here, higher low, possible lower low, but then when it hit the strong support level, it rejected, attempted one more time, then rejected to the upside. So depending on how price reacts to the level above it, if it can break and hold that level, we could possibly expect buys tomorrow, even today maybe, but there's no news today, and there's news going to be starting to roll in tomorrow, especially Thursday and Friday. And just the way price is looking, especially on a daily candlestick, it's a pretty large candlestick on the daily time frame already. That doesn't mean that it can't continue to push to the upside. It's just a smaller chance and likelihood of it doing so. So it might retrace a little bit, or it could be possibly rangy today. But nonetheless, we're going to see if it can break that level. If it doesn't break that level, we're just going to look back at it at the levels below it. But as far as right now, we're just going to leave it alone for right now, because now I had a good low to enter a trade regardless. So we're just going to let it do its thing. So we're going to wait to see how it reacts around like 88.30, and then we'll go from there. Now, as far as GN, we took an EN buy yesterday, so I took a GN. So this is my buy setup for GN. I didn't take this buy. I took the EN buy with the members, but it pretty much did the same move. So right now we're going to see if we can break and hold above this level, and if it can, then we're going to look for a buy setup right there onto GN, and then possibly me and the members, we might add some more positions onto the EN setup. Speaking of which, let's pull that up really quick just to see what it's looking like. Let's just join the stream. Me and the members, we only took one trade last night. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description, join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. But we're currently chilling right now. Yeah, so depending on how it reacts right here, could add another position, but we'll go from there. So let's go over NAS now, because we just went over the AUD pairs. Nothing going on right there. How do you find trend reversals? I have a video on that actually. I got you, Orion. Let me drop that video for you. I'm going to drop it in the chat right now. Excellent question. Those watching the stream, while you're watching the stream, go ahead and hit my profile and explore the channel. New videos are dropping this week. I got new equipment. It's not going to sound like, I'm underwater anymore. Hopefully. Well, so far the tests have been good, but yeah, so make sure to check out the videos on, because we don't just live trade every day. London session, 3 a.m. EST, but we got countless trade breakdowns, trading tip videos, trading plan videos, profit and challenge videos, all types of stuff. So let me find that video for you, Orion. Here it is. How to identify the trend. And while we're doing so, where are my levels? Oh, I was like, where are my levels at? So let me put this on a daily really quick. All right, cool. So let me try to find this. All right, so this video is called How to Identify the Trend. All right, and this is a video from either a one-on-one session or a Zoom with the members, but I do a bar replay of a real-time example of gold reversing and the trend changing, and I break down exactly what signs to look for, why we look for those signs, and why those are the signs indicating what they're indicating. Very, very well detailed and explained. Definitely check that out. Yes, I'm gonna drop that right now. Bam. What's going on, Ryan? I see you in here. Yeah, let them know if I have. That's what's up. Let them know. So as far as NAS, so NAS, we are still bullish. We are definitely still bullish. So right now, it's doing exactly what we wanted to see and what we could expect. Because again, we have to use common sense and probability here. We don't have a crystal ball, but a lot of stuff is very repetitive. Just like there's a lot of those patterns y'all use, and by y'all, I'm not meaning everybody in here, but I'm pretty sure there's some people that use certain patterns to help them trade or stuff like that. You see those patterns a lot, right? Just like we see trends a lot, right? So within the trend, we see a lot of different things as well. So again, for us to be able to determine what's the best decision to make, or if there's even a good entry on a certain pair, we have to identify the trend first. So as we see here, we are extremely bullish. Prices gradually going up. We see higher highs, higher lows being made. So if we look at last week, which we caught some huge buys on last week, we're going to go over that in just a little bit. But you can see some of them right here. We see that there was literally like no red candlesticks last week. So it's not too much surprise that we see that happening right now. So depending on how it reacts to these levels below it will determine if this is going to be a higher low, going into a higher high, or possibly a trend reversal. But as like I always say, if everything's showing us buys, we're going to go for buys. We're not going to jump the gun and go for sells yet. We're just going to wait to see how price reacts to this level here, and then we'll go from there. We're just going to wait for the confirmations. Market, well, the holiday just ended. Market's not really open. New York's not open. It started yet until 8, 9 o'clock. So we're just gonna let price retrace down and do its thing for right now. And that's pretty much the same thing with SPX. We're going to be looking at pairs that have some volume and that look a little bit cleaner to mess with. So we're basically in the same boat with the indices as GJ. We see GJ keeps doing all this ranging, but I want to see a retrace before I go for another buy. I'm not going to lie. But it's showing, even last night, it's showing that it's still some bullish momentum. But again, same thing with like NAS. All last week, we were catching buys, meaning the members. And all last week, there was no red candlesticks. So this was the huge higher high. So a higher low is most likely going to be made. So maybe we can catch some sells on the higher low, but I'd much rather just wait for the retracement and enter on the buys, or just look at another pair to trade than do something like that. That's just me personally. So that's what we're looking at for the JPY pairs and the indices. As far as GN, it did a nice little move last night. Me and the members caught EN instead. And as you can see here, if y'all looked at yesterday's live or even last week's live, we kind of projected this because we even took the buy here on Friday. So if we look at Friday, yesterday, and today, and even Thursday, you could have caught this entire higher high getting made on GN. So we caught the majority of it. We caught it on Friday. GN yesterday, we didn't enter the buy on that, but we went over it. And then we went into EN last night instead of GN. So looking at it now, we're obviously bullish. So right now, we're going to wait to see if we can break and hold above this level. But just like we went over with the AUD pairs, the candlestick is a pretty large candlestick for right now. It could become a bigger one still, especially where the level's at, because this is the last level. I mean, the level we're at here, the last time price hit this level, you see this rejection. So it's going to be the second attempt. And if we can break and hold this level, we can definitely see more buys going into later on this week. Those just joined the stream. We are only in one trade right now. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. We're going to pull that up ourselves and go over it in just a second as well. All right, cool. So we just went over how we did yesterday. That was the GA play. So this is how we did last week. So last week we caught a total of 107,570 pips. Monday, we caught 19,402 pips. Tuesday, we caught 33,797 pips. Wednesday, we caught 11,236 pips. Thursday, we caught 42,700 pips. And Friday, we caught 435 pips. 99,140 of those pips was strictly caught in the advanced play signal room. Ending the week 14-0, giving us 100% win rate for the week. We took zero losses last week. So if you click right here, it's going to take you to the first day on Monday, where you see we caught 19,402 pips. In day 3-0, we took a GJ buy, caught 32 pips. A GN sell, caught 70 pips. The MENA members took a NAS buy. All TPs hit, we caught 193 points or 19,300 pips. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning, at the very top, where you see my personal entry, SL, TPs, how many people viewed or entered the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit, screenshots, me in positions, and all that good stuff. So make sure to check that out. And as far as the week before that, we went 12-1, giving us a 92% win rate. And then the week before that, we went, well, this is how we did last month before we do that. So this is what we're looking at here last month. Last month, we caught 45,925 pips, 36,660 of those pips strictly in the advanced play signal room, giving us a 90% win rate for the month. We only took 5 losses last month, 46 wins, which is pretty great. And right here, if you click here, it's going to take you to the very top, the first week. And then if you click right here, it's going to take you to the very beginning of the month. And you scroll, you're going to see everything, screenshots, at the end of every day, into every week and every month. We go over how many trades was taken, what TP got hit, how many pips was caught each trade. Wins are posted, losses are posted, everything is posted. So make sure to check that out. All right, cool. So let's go back on these charts. So EN is here chilling. We hit the final TP in the advanced play signal room. Now we're just riding the wave, or some people might have closed, but I'm personally still holding. I do have my SL on profit though, so I'm definitely not going to turn this into a losing trade. So right now we're waiting to see if it can stay above this level here. If it can treat this level as support, we might enter another buy position here. But as far as the other pairs, we're just waiting for volume to pick up. We did have a bank holiday for the USD pairs yesterday, so that kind of did slow things down. But before we say that, let's pull up gold really quick, because it was chilling at that level. So yeah, rejected back to the upside. So yeah, we're just gonna be chilling right now. We're gonna move this over to the left still, but yeah, we're just gonna be chilling right now. And I have this here, so we could have possibly caught a move on EJ here. We missed that one. That's all good. But even with EJ, same thing last week. I'll just feel a lot more comfortable when a retracement or the higher low gets made and then entering off of that. But if it shows signs it wants to continue to push up, I'm not afraid to enter a buy, because again, just like the disclaimer I post every day, I'm risking the same amount each trade. And like we saw last week and last month, we win more than we lose. So if we risk the same amount each trade and we have a high win rate, there's really no reason to be scared to enter any trades, especially if you're sticking to your rules and the trade you're entering is following your rules and your confirmations have been met. You just got to let the charts do its thing, because at the end of the day, we don't control the charts. We don't control the market. So that's why these rules are in place, and that's why you have to do all these steps to do everything you can in your power and your control. My bad, y'all. To have success on the charts and the markets. So yeah, we're just chilling right now. And looking at EN, kind of similar to GN. If we zoom out, we was nice and bullish here. We had a small little downtrend here. We was catching sells here. As you can see, this was a news day. When this news candlestick erupted, it broke the lows to the left. And then when price retraced last week, it treated the support level as a support, where it was being treated as resistance here. And that's why we started going for buys. And then due to what happened yesterday, price pushed up here. We entered this buy here, and currently we literally entered here at the beginning of the candlestick, and now we've caught the entire daily candlestick, and we're just riding the wave right now. So we're going to see who's going to continue to push up or not. For the EN trade, will you make a call for when we can enter for advanced signal students? The trade's already over. So if you're talking about any more entries, yeah. So in the New York price watch list later today, I'm gonna go over EN and some more price levels to look at for possible entries. So if you're talking about as of right now, I personally wait because, like I just said, well, you commented this before I said that, but like I just went over, we're waiting to see if it can hold this level of support, and if it can, then we could possibly look for a buy here. But just do keep in mind that I will be adding another position here because our original position was all the way down here. So this position, I'm already be deep in profit. So even if this does hit stop loss, I'm still going to be closing the trade winning due to his original position. So just keep that in mind. And that's also why I'm waiting, because there's also a chance that I could retrace back down here and then shoot back up. We've seen that happen a few times. A good example is literally what we see right here. But a more clean example is, if I'm not mistaken, what happened on Friday. Let me pull that up. Yeah, so we see this here happen multiple times. So, well, let me bold these levels up because I know there's some people here that are not familiar with the colors. So this level I just boldened up, and we're going to get rid of this just to make it a little bit cleaner. And we don't need this, so we're just going to do that just to make it a little bit cleaner. All right. So we see this level right here. Price broke. Whoops. Price broke this level. Retest. Shot up. That was the first time. Hit this level, rejected, shot up. Second time you could have entered. Third time you could have entered. Fourth time you could have entered. So that's why I always say do not chase a trade. Always just stick to your rules and wait for a retracement or for price to break the next price level and then enter there. All right, because 9 times out of 10 price will retrace. And if it doesn't retrace, just wait for price to hit the next price level and then a retracement might happen, or wait for it to break that price level, wait for your confirmation to get hit, then enter. Or while all that's happening, simply go on another chart. You know what I'm saying? EN's not the only pair. But that's what I'd personally do right now. Like we went over, we're kind of just waiting for volume to pick up. Prices have kind of just been choppy. Literally, the New Zealand pairs was like one of the the AUD pair shot up too. So if anyone went to buys yesterday, y'all will be nice and blue on the AUD pairs. But besides that, it was just the New Zealand pairs last night that did anything really. I mean, it says it hit the middle of the zone, but yeah, okay, cool, gotcha. All right, perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. We've just been going over basically the game plan. We're just waiting for our confirmations to be met. Really, if you just go on the chart, you can see price hasn't really done too much, anyways, on most of these pairs. One of my favorite time frames to be on is the 15. Of course, this isn't where I base my decision solely to enter buys or sells. I always do a proper top-down analysis, starting on the bigger time frames. But for just a general looking idea of what price is doing in real time and what it's been doing at least a session at a time or the past couple of hours, the 15 is a good one to look at. And if you look and we just, look at yesterday, this was Friday, this was the start of yesterday. Price did a drop, came back to this level, chilled for a few hours, dropped, came back to this level, dropped. And let me just put a line here to point this out. Notice each time it dropped, it's hit the same type of level. So what we see here is price has just been in this little box here. So it hasn't really done too much for an entire day. So unless you caught a quick drop here or a quick drop here or a couple buys, a little here and there, there's not too much that's really happened since, markets reopened Sunday. Let's look at the AUD pairs. Yeah. So after the news event, which was about this candlestick here, did that shot up, and now look, it's just chilling there. So it's either going to retrace or it's going to continue to push up, but it's also not coincidentally coming to a halt right above this level, and it's chilling right at this level I have marked off. So yeah, we're just chilling right now. Looking at some other pairs as well, but they really aren't doing anything right now, so we're just chilling. We're just chilling right now. New 15 did just start. So looking at further down the line, looking at tomorrow and the rest of the week, Wednesday, right before London, we have some GBP news. We got the CPI popping off, and then a little bit later on at 8:30, we do have some Canadian news. It's orange folder, but still pay attention to that because the news even today with the AUD pairs, where is it? Here it is. The news today with the AUD pairs, that was an orange folder, but it still affected the market somewhat. So I personally like to just take a mental note of the orange folder and the red folder news times. And the days there is orange folder and red folder news for those certain pairs. Then at 10 a.m., we got Fed Chair Powell speaking. Usually when Powell speaks, it is a red folder. And usually when Powell speaks, some volatility happens in the markets. So we're going to see how tomorrow, or how today ends. And based on how today ends, how London session is looking, we can probably picture how, that news event is going to affect the markets or push the markets or sway the markets, however you want to word it. So then going on to Thursday, that's when, like I said earlier, stuff really starts to pop off. So Thursday, we got at 3:30 some Swiss franc news. Then we have some more news for Swiss franc, but it's not a set time. So whenever you see this word here, that's basically meaning there's not a set time, but it is popping off and going down this day. So maybe they'll update the time later on, either tomorrow or the day of. But as of now, they just know this event's going on, but they don't know what time. So there's going to be a lot of news going on for the Swiss franc. Then a couple hours or an hour before New York starts, we got some GBP news. We got a lot of GBP news popping off. And then an hour and a half later, we got unemployment claims for the USD pairs. And as y'all should know, unless y'all just started trading like a week or a month ago or even a quarter ago, unemployment claims is one of those news events where 9 times out of 10 there's some volatility in the markets. So definitely pay attention to the USD pairs on Thursday. And then an hour and some change after that, we do have some more USD news. We got Powell speaking again. Then Friday, we got just more red, 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 red. We got Euro news at 3:15. So we're going to be live during this news. So we're going to see how the market gets affected for the Euro pairs and then possibly the GBP pairs. But we got a bunch of Euro news at 3:15. Then 15 minutes later, we got Euro news. Then 30 minutes later, we got some more Euro news. And then 30 minutes after that, we got some GBP news. And then going into New York, we got some USD news. A bunch of PMIs all Friday. So that's how this week's looking. And then that's pretty much the end of the month. So then looking at that, just look at a quick scroll. Yeah, so you're getting a lot of reports out to end the month. So yeah, as we can see here, it is rejecting this level. That's why we're just chilling to see if we can hold this level, but it's rejecting it. But a new 5-minute did just start. So since that just started, let's go ahead and just go through our pairs again to see if we missed anything or if there's any updates or changes. So we got gold pushing up and rejecting that level. So looking at gold, we're definitely in the middle of a level of traffic. We're still going to look for sells though. Wouldn't really go for buys. If you want to be super safe, I wait to see if I want to go for buys if price breaks and holds above 1980. But really, anything below that, it's kind of safe to go for sells still. But if it retraces like this, we're going to see how price reacts around 1965, and then we'll go from there. My bad, y'all. I got a text. All right, cool. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. Those that have been in the stream, as y'all can see, nothing's really been going down. We just see some retracements and then some just choppiness. But the game plan for this, we're going to see how price reacts here. And we can possibly see another sell setup here, just like we see here. Price did kind of a similar move here, pushed up, then rejected. So we're still going to look for sells. Like I said, if it does break and hold level, push to the upside, maybe we'll go for buys. But the first trade idea is going to be sells. But like always, that's why we wait for the confirmations and we just watch and observe price. You don't want to ever be too biased because, you know, price does change. GJ is still kind of chilling. Yeah, so we're just about to go through these pairs and see if there's any updates on what's going on. So we're going to lower this back down here because it's rejecting this level. So I might try to retest. So we're going to push that back down there. I'm going to pull out the Canadian pairs. I haven't updated the levels though. We just missed a possible entry on this. We're going to see if it retests back down. If not, we're going to wait for it to. Make sure to follow me, y'all, on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all should see on the bottom of y'all's screen. Instagram is Playmaker_Way. TikTok is Playmaker Way. I post daily on both pages. Some stuff I can't post on Instagram, so I post on TikTok. So the longer format videos, the more detailed, short trading tip videos, trading plan videos, stuff like that is going to be on TikTok. Shorter form content is going to be on Instagram. Student testimonial and student results are on both of them. But make sure to follow me on both. And if you want to contact me directly, hit me up on Instagram, or you can DM me on Telegram as well. I respond to all messages. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. Once we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to be going live on there as well. It's going to be outside, of course, of the, well, we might double stream it, but I do plan to be going live outside of the regular scheduled London session on YouTube. But we got to hit 1,000 followers first, and we're almost there. So if you haven't followed already, make sure to follow. Also explore the content, watch some videos, all that good stuff. Yeah, so already we can see NAS showing green, still showing some bullish momentum, but it hasn't retraced far enough for me. I am very picky with my entries. Sometimes it's not perfect. You know, nothing's 100% accurate. But as long as I stick to my rules, if I miss the entry, I'm not upset. So we're going to wait for it to retrace a little bit more before we pull the trigger on that. Then we're going to put our stop loss like right there. But we're going to still be looking for buys. It's too early for me to look for sells personally. Now, scalping and stuff, that might be a little bit different. Even though some moves, even following the strategy, end up being scalps. Because I don't know what y'all consider scalps, but some people consider stuff on smaller time frames scalping, but I consider a trade that you're in for 2, maybe 3 hours or less scalping. And we've caught plenty of trades like that. Matter of fact, let's see if the trade last night was like that. Let me see. Yeah, we was in that trade for like 2 hours, and we caught a quick 60 plus pips in 2 hours, which isn't bad. Yeah, so we see it turning back red as well. This thing was just green. So yeah, we're probably going to be not messing with this until a pre-market New York, or probably New York in general. But we're going to come back to that. But that's going to be the game plan for that and SPX. I haven't really been trading US30 because NAS and SPX have been the cleaner of the trio with the setups. US30 was looking disgusting last month, so we didn't look at that. But out of curiosity, take a look. Check it out. So it is looking a lot cleaner. It finally got out of this choppiness. So I might actually pay attention to it. I have to update my levels, of course. My levels aren't even popping up, which is interesting. Probably because I don't use this. source. Maybe that's why. There we go. Yeah, so I finally got out of that funk the past couple of weeks. So now I can pay attention to it. So speaking of buys, we just missed a good entry, like literally 30 minutes ago on US30. So we're going to wait for a possible retracement. And if it retraces, depending on how it reacts to the retest and retracement, we might jump in on that and ride that wave. But we just missed it. You see it did the retracement, literally tapped this level, same candlestick rejection wick, up a couple hundred pips, if not a couple thousand, because this is US30 we're considering. 34127. Yeah, a couple hundred, couple thousand. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can retrace back. If not, like I always say, we're either gonna wait for retracement or just enter at the next entry point, entry level, which will be up here around 34,330-ish. Anyway, we just missed that. Oh well, it happens. Remember, we're in a trade right now, and we see NAS pushing up as well. So cool. Me and the members, we took this trade last night because Tokyo session strictly just with the members, but New York and London is for both the free channel and the members. But we took this trade last night. We entered right here. We go on my Instagram and check out my story. You'll see the screenshot of me in this trade as well as the screenshot of the signal posted and sent to the members. Right now we're up. We were up currently. Well, we were up like around 60 plus pips. But we trace back down. So we're up around like 40, 50-ish pips right now. But we are still nice and blue and deep in profit. Looking to see if we can add some more positions, but price is still retesting and trying to see if it's going to reject or respect this level. So we're just chilling. We got a couple minutes, a minute and a half until the next 15, and we're going to see what happens and what the next 15 does. And then we're going to go from there. It was said by one who ought to know, take gifts on my page. Not sure if I'm well, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Andrew. But anyways, what's going on, Fitmon? I see you in here. Yeah, so we're just chilling right here. We're about to pull up GJ though to see if some volume's pumping. We got about 15 minutes till the 4 o'clock hour. Those that know that's usually when volume starts to pick up, especially with a couple of these pairs. We want to see if that does happen. But yeah, a lot of these pairs are trying to get their lives together. And honestly, I'm anticipating the timber to happen because, like I said, that thing exploded last week. We need some retracements. So that's one, and we kind of see it. So if we would have went for sales yesterday, yeah, we'll be in profit, but I just don't like to counter trend trade. And I have no issue waiting for a retracement because while we're waiting for this retracement, yeah, we could have been blue here, but we're blue on EN. So, that's how I look at it. But I do expect some retracements. And that's what we see right here. Same thing with a NAS and possibly SPX, but definitely NAS. So until it does so, until volume picks up, we just gotta, just wait. That's just how it is sometimes with trading. Sometimes the markets are super slow and choppy. Other days, like last week, let's just pull that up really quick because I just want to show y'all. We're just going to go over how last month went. All right, we're just going to go over how last month went. We're going to go to the very beginning. And I probably should have not scrolled down because we were at the very top. But we're going to go to the very beginning. We're going to just walk through how this month went. All right. And hopefully this will help some of y'all out with perspectives because I used to struggle with this, especially in my beginning of trading, my beginning career of trading. I don't want to say my beginning career. Well, in my beginning career and when I was first learning trading, I definitely struggled with this. And everything, trading and life in general is about perspective and mindset. So let's just go over how this month went. All right, cool. So it's the 5th. All right, cool. So we see here this day, slow day, 1-1, kind of like how yesterday went. Bam. Day 2 just took one trade. Very slow start to the month. And I think this is Wednesday. That's when volume started to pick up. Boom, we caught some nice moves here. We caught a huge gold dump. We caught a nice SPX buy. We caught a nice GN buy. We caught a lot of nice moves here. You see some of these positions. There's some nice gold trade into that. What does that say? 1959. You see the thing dropped all the way down to 1954. And it dropped a lot further than that, all that stuff. But you see, it started out very slow. Wednesday, volume started to pick up. So if we look at today and yesterday, that's kind of where we're at right now. So then you see we're in some nice moves here. We took this huge GJ buy. This was the original position all the way at 174.17. You see prices all the way at 175. So over 100 pips on one position, up 50 plus pips on the second position. So you see volume really started to pick up. Went 3-0 this day, 12-1 for the week, caught 3,534 pips. Boom. So that week we went 12-1, 92% win rate, caught 7,452 pips. Now let's look at the second week. Second week, 3-0, we caught a nice move here. So small moves there. We continue to hold on to that trade for NAS. But besides that NAS trade, we had that GJ buy. So volume started to pick up. So as we see here, and we see this a lot of the times, Monday and Tuesday are usually the slower days, especially doesn't help if that Monday or Tuesday is starting off with bank holidays. And we've seen that happen a lot of the times in the past before. The price is just ranging right now. Not anything going on. But still, so we're just going to go down the rundown for the game plan for the week. Well, not the week, for the day before we hop off. That way y'all kind of know kind of what I'm looking for and what y'all can possibly look for as well. So since we're on GA, let's just start with GA. So looking at GA, the news helped push price up to the upside. So we do have a strong resistance level right above here. Let me go ahead and bolden this level off so y'all can see. So we do have a strong resistance level there. As we see, price was approaching it, and what happened? Price rejected. Not a coincidence. So depending on how price reacts to that level, we could possibly see buys for the rest of the week and the uptrend continue. But I wouldn't really look for buys unless price retraces a little bit. Depending on how it reacts around 87.75, you probably look for buys there. But I personally look for price to retrace. So if it doesn't break this support level, it doesn't break this resistance or turn to support, I'd wait for price to retrace before looking for any buys. Now let's go ahead and look at GN. So looking at GN, we're looking for buys. Clear bullish, clear uptrend. We're looking for buys. Speaking of looking for buys, it's almost at the level I want to see it at, but yeah, we're looking for buys. GJ, I want to see a retracement. If it breaks and comes back above this level, maybe look for buys. But I want to see price retrace a little bit. But we're still looking for buys. Maybe short-term sells for people that like to do quick moves, catch a couple candlesticks here or there. But overall, looking for buys still. But I do see a retracement happening. As far as gold, we're still looking for sells. It did retrace or is pushing up to the upside. So we're just going to wait for it to hit the next key price level, the next resistance level, which we can see here. And depending on how it reacts there, we might look for a sell. And then for the indices, we're looking for buys still. We can see possible retracements, but overall, we are bullish and we're looking for buys. We did miss an entry on US30, just barely missed that entry. Happens though, but we are looking for buys as well on those. Favorite car? That's a good question. I'm not sure. There's a few cars like me. Growing up, I wasn't really super Like I was into them, but I wasn't into them to the point where like I knew like all the names and all that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like now I'll see a card like that's nice, or I'll like, I'll Google like characteristics and figure out what it's called. But like off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because I don't want to say like like a Lamborghini or McLaren. Even though the McLarens do look nice, but there's some cars that aren't a quarter million plus. I mean, not a quarter million. Yeah, a quarter of a million plus that are still fast and nice, or they don't even need to be fast. But I can't think off the top of my head. I might have to come back to you on that one. Like I have a list. I have a list. I have to find it like of like the cars. It's funny you said that. I do have a list, but I don't know where it's at right now. I don't have it with me. If I did, I would read it. But I do have it for that exact reason, because like, how people would see a car like, oh, that's a blah blah blah. I can only like name like basic cars, like from when I used to work at like a dealership, like all the specs and bills and all that. I don't know none of that stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna leave DJ alone for right now. I might set some alerts because that's literally gonna be like watching paint dry. I'm not about to do that. So I might that'll be a time where I set an alert um, for when it does hit that level. Then I'll jump on that pair. But yeah, price is just ranging right now. So I'm still gonna be on the charts. Price is looking like it's pushing up. So yeah, we're gonna be looking for possible GN buys, possibly some more positions on EN. Waiting on a retracement on the indices because we missed the initial entry on US30. So we're waiting on the retracement. We are looking for buys still on those pairs as of now. As far as GJ, that thing is ranging, so we're just gonna leave that alone for right now. Yeah, so of course, y'all, if the market was looking nice, we'd enter trades. You already know I do thoroughly enjoy entering trades live with y'all. But sometimes it'd be like that. But we're still going on the charts. We still have plenty of time during London session. We still have the whole New York to possibly jump into some trades. Just like last week, we entered trades a little bit later, but we still ended the week nice and blue. So just make sure you have your notifications on. Hit that first link. Join the free Signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell as well, because like I said, videos are on the way. If you want to contact me directly, make sure to hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way. I respond to all messages. You can also message me on Telegram as well. Make sure to follow me on TikTok also at playmaker_way. If you're following my backup, make sure to follow my main as well. So if you're following my backup, it's going to be the same logo with the PB, the black and blue, like you see on YouTube. Follow my main, it's going to be a picture of me. So if you see a picture of me, you're following my main. I appreciate you. And if you're following my backup, I appreciate you as well. But I double appreciate you if you follow my main also. All right, but definitely still follow my backup, because the way TikTok works, like they'll strike you, but it's like you never know when the last strike's going to be the last one. So definitely still follow my backup. Also, if you're interested in learning how to identify these levels or notified when I enter all trades, or you want to trade with us during Tokyo session so you don't miss out on a 70 pip move like this EN one, hit the links in the description. Join the advanced play signal room or the one-on-one sessions. So what comes with the advanced play signal room, I posted the details yesterday about it, but basically you're going to get exclusive lives during news events during New York mainly, and then you're also going to be getting notified every day. I drop a video called the New York Price Watch List, where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo and London session, as well as possible setups going into New York. Not only do I go over possible setups, like look for buys at this price or look for sells at this price, I go over the chart analysis and explain exactly why we're looking for what we're looking for. Then, of course, you're going to have the student member group chat. The pinned message in the student member group chat is me breaking down exactly how to calculate your lot size to make sure you know exactly what you're risking, and more importantly, to make sure you're risking what you need to be and want to be risking each trade, which is the same amount each trade. Because when you risk the same amount each trade, you will see your wins and your profits drastically increase. Speaking from experience. Then, of course, the one-on-one sessions that comes with advanced play signal, as well as 2 sessions with me weekly that are an hour long, recorded and sent to you same day. And of course, there's the course. All of those, if you use code 1 year at the checkout, coupon code 1 year, you'll get 20%. Now, why is it going to be coupon code 1 year? If you click this pin message in the free channel, free signal room, it's going to take you to approximately a year ago where you can see, well, May last month was the year anniversary. But if you click the pin message, it'll take you to June of last year. And you'll basically be able to see us for a year, consistently average high 80s, high 90% win rates weekly, monthly, and quarterly. So make sure to hit that pin message and check that out. And we're going to be back at it same time tomorrow, London session, 3 a.m. EST. Let me catch up to these comments before we hop off though. Yep, got to have a list. All right, Ryan. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. And we out.